Hebrews chapter 2, the author is arguing that Jesus is higher than the angels, but he also goes on to argue that Jesus is higher than the high priest, and that Jesus is a high priest. And in chapter 2, verse 17, he says, "Therefore, in all things he had to be made like his brethren, that he might be a merciful and faithful high priest in things pertaining to God, to make propitiation for the sins of the people. For in that he himself has suffered, being tempted, he is able to aid those who are tempted." And so in this, we are told that Jesus had to become like his brethren, like us, in order to aid us in a sense. And there's a hidden imperative in these statements that we too can imitate Jesus and aid those who are struggling with the things that we have experienced. In my experience, I am able to connect more with people who have gone through the same things that I have, or worse things, but just people that understand what I'm going through, who know it's hard, because people that don't go through it can just assume that, it's easier than it is, and that just sticks in my mind. But part of this imperative is like when I see someone that's struggling with something I struggled with, I should share what I've learned from what I was suffering. That way I'm better able to aid them. And I should look for those people. People say the mess becomes the message, oftentimes. And another verse that I really like is, "Tell them how much the Lord has done for you and how he has had mercy on you." And so a big example is pornography. It's one of those things where if you struggle with it, you feel like you can't tell anyone, because if people found out, they would either not love you, or they would look down on you, and they just wouldn't see you the same way. Yet 70% of males struggle with it. And Paul encourages the churches that everything they struggle with is not uncommon to mankind, but Satan really just has a field day with this lust, pornography. And there's a song by Jonathan David Helser that says in the bridge that the one who loves me most is the one who knows me best, and there's nothing that I can do that could change the Father's love. And so it is comforting to know that God's love is not dependent on the struggles we're going through. So that's just kind of to encourage you. But always look to aid those, especially when God has put someone in front of you that is struggling with something that you are specifically equipped to aid.